Now I'm suspicious because Beastie, right? Like, so Beastie and Core, they played a custom game, England versus Mongols. And for some reason, Core just offered me a Mongol mirror matchup. Why did he do that? What was he hiding? What didn't Core want me to see? I think we have to get to the core of this situation, don't you? I think we have our choice. Nice try, Core, to try and drive us away from this game. But we're going to get to the bottom of exactly why you don't want this one to be shown. All right, so hopping into this one. Oh, yes. This is what I want. Beastie in the green, baby. My favorite color. And it is going to be Core playing as a normie blue. I mean, come on, Core. You didn't even go for a custom color? Dog, that ain't it. Opening as well. Ooh, that Uvu. That Uvu's a little bit ugly. Not gonna lie. That's pretty far out. Wait, did... Oh, no. Oh. Wonder what Core's reaction is when he notices that one. Because that is much better of an Uvu placement than this one. That's actually close enough that you probably just put your pastures there and feel good. Because that... I mean, you just wouldn't expect it, right? You wouldn't expect double stone this close together. Like, each side of where a TC starts maybe, but touching tips distance like this. Holy moly. All right, we'll see if that comes back to bite him in the ass, though. So, yeah, BC is going to be playing as a Strail Boar, lads. Surprise, surprise. Couldn't have seen this one coming. Core, we'll see what he can learn this one. I mean, I see what BC's done here as well. This is very unfair, folks. Notice the overpowered green on Dry Arabia in the Greenlands. He's camouflaged. So Core has, like, he has a free get out of jail free card. He can blame this on the camouflage. Like, this was very ungentlemanlike of Beastie. Like, Core is running over here in the blue, like some sort of Brit standing in the field in, like, you know, the Civil War, in the 18th century of America. And then, like, over here, Beastie's just kind of playing his best, what's his name? The actor, Mel Gibson, in the Revolution, right? Where they're, like, ducking and they're not playing out in the open fields wearing red. They're using trees for cover. He's full camouflage. This just isn't fair. Wait. So just to clarify, we're getting a brilliant insight here. So Core, tired, beaten, already stomped by Beastie on the ladders at like 2 a.m., I think he said. Asked him to do a custom game. Set it to 4 people, put 2 AI, invited him, and then kicked the AI so he went green and he couldn't concentrate. Well, all I can say to that, Core, is it sounds like you need to get a monitor sponsor because my monitor is showing these vibrant greens and they look beautiful. Admittedly, if BC wanted to hide his troops, though, and this is next level, guys, if he just builds the farm to half layer, it's green. And then if he hides his troops in the farm, you can't see them. Okay. Well, we'll see how this one's going to go for Core, though. Like I said, he has now noticed this. He has refused to give insight. I don't even know if he processed it in the moment when he's playing this game. He's probably just molding over the fact that BC picked green, right? Because we're all like 10-year-old children at heart, and we just want our favorite colors. And Core got the normie blue. But it does feel like this Uvu would have been 10 times better. But he can still fix it. Like, it's in range for the Deer Stone, which I think is really important. So he's going to be able to, like, boost the Yam onto his military district as well as his eco line, which is really what you're looking for. But this one definitely would have been better because of the distance for the sheep to cover. Also, it's not as far forward in your base, and it's kind of in range of the TC, so it's a little bit better protected. Meanwhile, Beastie... not going for the quick tech up. He's hard in the farmlands. And why wouldn't he be? Right now, they camouflage him so well in the green. And I believe he has already got the wheelbarrow. So this is really popular with England right now. This is one of the civs that can do this. They don't actually need to, like, rush up feudal and then get wheelbarrow afterwards. I've seen a lot of players do this. Doubt was kind of one of the earliest ones regularly doing it, like, stubbornly, to the point that he was kind of losing him more games than it was winning him. But a lot of people have started to kind of catch on that there is a point where this is valid. And BC in this situation, although he'll delay his feudal, it might be that he doesn't feel threatened because Core, in theory, shouldn't be being aggressive, right? In fact, if anything, Core is expecting BC to be aggressive, and he's kind of playing off of that face value, right? Like, he's playing this posturing game where because he's England, in theory, he should be rushing you in feudal, but instead, BC has doubled down his eco, and instead, now Core is invested in an outpost pointlessly doing nothing that isn't even required to keep himself alive until his castle. Because I'm going to assume that Core's goal here is to crack castle as quick as possible. Like, I don't think you want to play long-term feudal against England. Because if England's meant to be the tempo setter, it plays to their advantage the longer the feudal drags out. Whereas the Mongols really are about racing towards castle. Like, I truly believe that this civ is most powerful in castle now. And this whole concept of, like, outpost rushing and feudal or whatever, it's more of a gamble, a cheesy gamble, than, you know, an optimal strategy like it used to be. And apparently they're typing to each other, right? Okay, I need that added to the game, by the way. I'm really upset that we still don't have that. I want to have the ability to see what people are saying. I think that would be so good for competitive games, right? Could you imagine, like, the smack talk? Imagine this game, right? Imagine Beastie has, like, Core on the rope. Sorry, Core, got to throw you under the bus, in theory. And, like, this is a tournament game, and he's about to knock you out. And Beastie just, like, NCIS moment, he just types, guess we got to the core of the problem. And then the NCIS music plays, and Core, he's just, like, demoralized, he's beaten, he's been smacked in smack talk mode. He types GG, surrenders the game. Like, I need those moments on my screen, but right now we don't get them. Please, Relic, give me access. And then there's the pasture. Pretty late pasture as well from Core. How many sheep does he has he got remaining? Can't be that many, right? Okay, actually, he got a decent return. So he's still on 3. This is a very late pasture, though, considering the build. Like, the build, yeah, and it's because he went for the double outpost. That's why. So usually the build is you drop a pasture straight away, and then, like, you either go for a secondary pasture or you get a military building. That's the optimal build right now. But Core double outposted. That's how paranoid he is. That's how scared he is of Beastie's England. I'm really big in this art, but so far all England has done is built farms. Oh, Core, you want to be careful, buddy. There's a lot of stray borers inside that town center. Not to mention the villagers. Oh, could you... I was surprised that BC didn't just do that. When he came in range of the TC, I genuinely thought BC was going to drag all his villagers and just click onto the Khan. He's still going to do it, though. You have to back away. Like, Core, buddy. I mean, BC, if he pulls back one villager, he can kill the Khan. The Khan's aggroed! No, Core. Not like this. Not like this! Oh, he's going to get one villager for it. But he still just died to peasants. A lot of people asking how Beastie got green. He conned Core. Core thought he was getting into a 2v2. Core thought he was going to kill bots today, but instead he's killed villagers. Apparently he did actually yoink 2. In fact, when we look at the eco side, he did get 2, but remember that he initially moved his TC, so he's missing villager production at that point. So Core, although he has a slight lead, it's not like a big one right now. Instead, really what he needs is a tech up. But BC, oh my god, he's done this. More players are doing this. We've seen this today already, right? It's the prepping yourself for an immediate castle. You delay your feudal, you barely build anyone on it, only one person working, and now look at the eco numbers. Beastie is going to crack castle ahead of Core. And Core unable to reach it as quickly due to the fact that he's overinvested in the gold extraction and then also went for the double outpost, which stunted his ability to get enough food. Ouch. That is a stinger. Guys, this is what you can do sometimes with unorthodox strategies. Like, you can really catch people off guard based on the face value of your civ. If you're in an England versus X, like, whatever matchup, the usual assumption is the England player is at least going to build 6 to 8 Lombos to see how it goes. They're going to try to drop one forward outpost. And that's, I think, why Core done this. He drops these outposts because he understands that his strength isn't here. It's in castle. And he's trying to prep for that later timing. But the later timing is achieved quicker by Beastie. Beastie's already underway. 11 people now building up into that King's Palace. And Core, although he'll begin work now, this step readout is delayed, and because he extracted additional gold, he's actually got less value out of this initial gold vein. And if you look at the map, well, let's just say he's kind of on the clock in terms of accessible gold. Because he has to fall back behind his base for one, which is thumbs up. That's great, right? That's safe. But then after it's over into no man's land, one way or the other. And he's going to want to play the right side. And should BC leverage this to block out these multi-gold veins, I think Core is heavily starved in this game. Because the Mongols are heavily reliant on access to gold veins to push them forward momentum-wise in the Castle Age. Beastie right now is going to go to the stables straight away. Are we going to get another one of those games where Lombos are not allowed? Maybe. I mean, why do you even need Longbos if you can just get the Knights quicker than your opponent at this stage? This is pretty safe. I mean, Beastie, you wouldn't even know he's got a King's Palace here, courtesy of those camouflage lines on the side. Really does blend into the tree lines. There is something really garish about green in AO4's engine, I'm not gonna lie. Feels like it's harder to notice. Need more core. What is the build? So he's gonna go into the double stable. He's really committed then. Is BC scouting this? It looks like BC is playing ignorant. Like, he doesn't have a scout. He lost his scout. So this is the good news, is that Core can actually catch him with his trousers down. However, he's already building his own stable units. Nice snipe again by Core, getting another villager. But the issue is that because there's now 2 TCs for Beastie, Core is going to fall behind. And Core kind of has to make this awkward choice of, like, do I over-tap the gold and then go for a second TC myself? Or do I ramp up aggression? And I think in this situation, it is the right call to try and get aggressive. The issue is, if Beastie sees this and he continues to just produce more stables, you never reach the critical mass of lances required to win. I think maybe one thing Core could be doing here is if he pulled a villager to the front line, he could drop an outpost and then he dictates the flow of combat. But as it stands, like, Yam doesn't last very long, remember. It got nerfed. It's no longer 20 seconds, that absurd timer. Like, you get 10 seconds of Yam and it's gone. It's not going to be enough to, 1, cross the field, and then 2, get past the line of knights. Line of knights that by the time you arrive in the base is going to be bigger than your count, actually. And if we look at the techs, yeah, they're even. So nobody took the edge in terms of, like, technological side, right, with melee, resistance, and damage. Because neither player went for a blacksmith. Find a way. Peel back. Beastie needs to be careful. That's a lot of damage to a knight. It's not the end of the world for him. One thing to keep in mind for Beastie, an edge that he does have over the Mongols here, is not only does the Mongol player not have Yam, but he has attack speed, right? So he's getting buffed on his attacks whenever you take a fight underneath his TCs and outposts. That's a fair point, actually. Yeah, like, in truth, like, blacksmiths are better for infantry, right? Because you talk about it as, like, a percentile increase. Like, the damage percentile increase on a knight versus on, like, say, a man-at-arms is really underwhelming. It's like a third of the value. So I kind of understand why people wouldn't go for the blacksmiths. It's pricey as well when you consider that you're already investing heavily into knights that cost 240 resources each. Oh, Core, you yoinker. Oh, the Khan goes down, though. That's going to be frustrating. However, Beastie unlikely to push out. So that's the good news if you're a Core fan here. I don't see Beastie kind of exploiting this. It just means his economy should be allowed to boom with less pressure. And you see Core is trying to find pressure now as he wraps on around to the north side. But Beastie, wise to this, stations his troops in the center. So should you run in now, you might just get ambushed and killed. Oh, Core. I love this move. Pinch him on 2 sides. The knights are actually distracted. He doesn't want to fight here. He just wants to draw him out. Now look what happens on the north side. Core, get in there, boy. Rides in. Beastie quick to react here. Still going to lose some villages. There's not enough room to garrison them all. I say that. Core is targeting everything but the almost dead villagers. Oh, no. No. Can he at least get one for this? He's trying to tap him down. It's not going to work. I don't think he killed a single villager there. That's just 2 lancers dead for nothing. Oh, no. Beastie. He's like, I will not fall for this trick. And not only that, look at the ground he now gained. He pushed Core all the way back. Core does have more lancers now, but it's the Yam effect. He needs an outpost. Instead, the only one building outposts is Beastie. I think, like there, you're expecting, like, what, 3, maybe 4 villagers to die. Like, you think that you're distracting Beastie long enough that he won't look, but Beastie's so quick on the reaction there. You got to give credit where credit is due. And, you know, guys, consider that he had to see his villagers, which were all camouflaged. So Beastie, he doesn't know what he's clicking for. He doesn't know where they are. They're so well hidden with this green camo. Attack speed buff, a problem. Fight underway. It looks like Core got a better trade there. Oh, yeah, he got the villager and a knight for a lancer, so that's a good trade. The count right now, though, is even. Beastie's kind of just out-booming him. The issue that Core has is there's going to be a gap in his economy soon. Like you see, he's down to 1.3k on this gold vein, and then he has to shift. And that's going to delay him somewhat. And if Beastie continues to accelerate, that's when it gets a little bit condemning. And Beastie, he has to shift to a new goal line soon, but the difference is, like, he has enough surplus economy, he could start to pad himself and move across that gold vein earlier. For everyone asking why Beastie is green, I've given the real reason, but the true reason behind it all is because he's actually green with envy. He wishes he was Core. Remember, Beastie keeps taking Core's name in vain. And you know what? Core, for a moment, he probably woke up one day when he saw Beastie was yoinking his name in the matchmaking. He's like, I didn't realize I became, like, ranked number 2 in the world. I'm so proud of myself. Only to discover that Beastie had lied to us all. You'll get there one day, though, Core. Knights riding out. Ooh, damage being done. Line formation strong, folks. Take note here. Like, I keep lecturing about this. I love line formation. It's so damn good for so many reasons. You saw the spread there, like getting the maximum charge on the chase down and not body blocking anything. If you're using Lombos to maximize the range, Zhug Nu to like maximize your range once you're in range, right? So you don't cluster too much as well. Line is also pretty damn good around 20 unit count against Mangonel Fire because you're pretty split. Oh no, Core, please. Love your Khan like your neighbor, sir. This guy really hates leadership, huh? He loves lances. Oh, and you will find this knight, but the knight, I believe he denied the villager. So at this point, Core is notably falling behind in the eco department. It's really starting to hurt. Core is still really trying to beg to me, like, it's 4 a.m., please, don't mock me too heavily. But that's not how this works. On an official cast, I might have to be balanced. But on my own channel, I can take my criticism and ram it down your throat. Welcome to the pigeon domain. I've gone crazy with power. BC is starting to fall a little bit behind the military side, but that's going to be fixed. You can see more stables being dropped, but I don't see the same amount of Core. Core's just kind of floating on the same amount of stables, right? So he will get outmassed in the next 3 minutes, unless he can take good fights. Well, the good news is Core is stopping these outposts going up. The bad news is the Green Knights are increasing. And, you know, when I say Green Knights, it really does feel like Special Forces Knights at this point. Like, how... Okay, so here's something we haven't considered. Like, a sleep-deprived Core is playing late at night. He clearly has, like, a bargain bucket $20 monitor because he can't identify the green on green. So right now, like, technically, we're not playing Age of Empires. We're playing, like, Supreme Commander or something, and Beastie has his whole base stealthed. It's, like, even if you had towers around it, you couldn't see it. So, like, right now, even if Core had vision on the center here, he wouldn't notice these knights until it's too late, right? That's how this works. Meanwhile, Core, kind of just way too obvious here. We wear the royal blue. It's like, yeah, we can see you coming a mile off, buddy. Core on the A moves. I mean, an attack move might work here. I say that. The attack... Oh, no! Core is not attack moving at all. We were lied to. This fight looks good for Beastie. The camouflage is too damn effective. And so many of them are wasting time on the Monk. The fight, though, the wraparound is starting to somewhat turn. Like, the count right now, 14 versus the 15. But now, look, he's wrapping around the sides. And all of a sudden, Core, can he fold this quick enough? Is the attack speed going to be good enough? The armor arrow comes out. Core, with the Khan, might save the day. And Beastie has to run away. You know you're scared when your knight has to hide inside an outpost. Now, Core, a lot of damage done. It looks like the camo wasn't strong enough for Beastie. Even with the backstab, the sneak around the side, he wasn't able to dish out enough damage. Even with Core not having a charge yet, it was still not enough for Beastie to win that fight. And now Core's ready to rock. And Beastie right now wishing he had an Abbey of Kings. Oh, wait, no, sorry. When you're under pressure heavily from Lancers, there's only one thing to do, folks. It's time for Lombos. 18 minutes in the game. Let's go. Oh no, Beastie. Quick, run in the tree line. Core, he's got poor eyesight. He probably won't see you anymore. Oh, wait, no, they go red when you do that. All right, so we'll shift away. Cool. Let's see how this is looking. Like, I feel like the eco lead isn't as high as it maybe now should be because of these little raids, like, delaying somewhat. Like, I think the villager count is, but, like, the numbers actively, like, BC, if he wasn't being pressured on that gold line, would be floating a lot more. Like, he might already be halfway toward Imperial Age. And what does Core do? He's like, my economy is weaker. I need the 25 food and gold. Burn. But they're going to get caught out. BC, oh, he gets the charge off. Damage coming out. 9 versus the 10. Now, I am not a mathematician, more a mathematician, but I think those numbers do favor the lad in green. And at the end of it, they very clearly do. 5 to the 10. Meanwhile, in the center, oh, the villagers are coming. It's keep time. He's mocking Core. He's like, look what I can build, which you cannot. And these Lancers desperately trying to burn it down are going to be a big fat L and a big fat fail. Lancer's going to fall. Midfield achieved more of these Lancers riding out, but I don't think BC's going to be denied here. There's enough Knights to just buffer back the Lancers, get the keep up successfully, and then all of a sudden, Core is going to be retreating to the core of his own base. Now, judging by all the excuses that I'm seeing being written in my chat right now, all we're learning is that Core really needs to go for like an eye test because he might be colorblind. Be honest, Core. When you play on Dry Arabia like this, do you think that you're playing on like flat stone territory? Is everything a little bit gray? It's okay. We're not a judgmental place. If anything, we're giving you an out here. Because it sounds like you're already admitting Beastie is about to hand your ass to you on a plate. And it's kind of looking like it. English Knights reigning supreme. My national anthem playing in the background. As Beastie puts on an English hat again. In fact, if you look very closely at the Serbian flag, and if you're also colorblind, it has the English colors in there. Didn't know that, did you guys? If you squint your eyes really hard as well. It looks like all the sacred sites are under the control of Core, but BC has a lot of Knights in the field. So, I don't think this is how you're going to win the game, Core. And you have no control over the center. And if you ever surrender the center, I already know what BC is going to do. This cheeky devil's holding 600 stone. Does anyone want to take a wild guess on what BC is about to do next? Because he's already halfway towards the Mongol base. And although the Mongols can fully migrate their base, I don't think you want to be doing that at this stage in the game. Oh, meanwhile, raids around the back. Core, in with your standard 21-minute outpost rush. As you do. This will be incredibly effective at the 21-minute mark, with BC having 80 economy. Knight fight in the meantime on the side. BC having to peel back, as he's a little bit outnumbered on this front. But Raid's sneaking through as well. The Khan's on the move again. But don't worry, BC, get the bows. Kill them. Come on. I love this play. English players, as soon as they see they're being attacked by a measly Khan, you just turn around and fire, right? He doesn't realize what's going on, though. He's taking the fight. Oh, he peeled him back to the outpost. He got the attack speed buff again. Oh, this is a pain in the ass for Core. The good news, at least, is he's assassinating villagers with this measly Khan, but not for long. Here it is, the Peasant Rebellion. You attack us, we fire back just as many. Turns out they were just waiting to collect enough arrows from the Khan to fire back at him. And, oh, we look at that. Huh, I'm really shocked by that. I can't believe that that 21-minute Mongol outpost rush failed. Damn. Well, I guess he'll just have to be back to the drawing board. I'm sure this bought him a lot of time. I'm sure BC hasn't got over double the military force right now. Oh, boy. And I'm sure he's not staging for an all-out slog in the center very soon. It's not like he's almost got enough for a new stone keep. So what is the answer from Core? Because surely your answer can't be, I'm just going to keep building Knights, damn it. Because you have 5 stables, no Uvu production there. Your opponent has 5 stables. He's also clearly numerically ahead of you now. And he's transitioned, so he's got Lombos to assist. So as long as he's got like a thin line that holds and doesn't break too fast, these Lombos, although they seem like they're going to do measly damage against these Lancers, it does add up. It's 4 damage going through per shot, en masse. And it's not limited, right? That's why, like, for a long time, AoE 4's kind of been dominated by the range meta. It's because you can have a lot of units attacking, but like melee, there's a limited amount of units that can attack into anything. Oh, cool. He's finally getting some more outposts. I mean, he needs this movement speed, right? Like, I think in this type of game, it's a little bit problematic because you need siege, right? And wait. I mean, I'm just gonna say that a transition might give you access to building these tribes quicker. But it seems that the Core is playing the horsey-only strategy. The horsey-only challenge is in action, as he's not allowed to build any sort of racks or anything to get siege engineering improved and build out in the field. So he's going to rely on a very expensive 300 wood siege workshop. And he's about to get raided. BC is somehow snuck all the way past his giant contingent lancers. Oh my god! Core, he realizes a bit late here. That is a mosh pit of death. The camouflage, once again, too damn effective. As Core does not see him again. Oh, and that eco lead is getting bigger. Swollen. Very, very big. Throbbing, in fact. As he's going to butcher all the villies working on the food line. 20 of them are protected inside the TC. But there's not enough room in this hotel for everyone, and there's no barn nearby for the rest to sleep in. And after that, Beastie just sneaks out the other side while singing "You've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal." Dun 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 dun. And now they'll just go back into camouflage mode as they fade into the ground. Damage done, though. Meanwhile, Beastie, military count is still bigger than Core's. His night count as well is comparative, right? Like, we're talking... Okay, so Core has a reasonable lead. Like, how many is this up to? So this is a 40 versus about 20. But how do you get through the keep? I hate to sound like a negative Nelly, but that keep seems like a pretty big problem. I think the one good side of this for Core is that Beastie has decided that network of Citadels would be too mean. Obviously, he needs to get Imperial, but he's going to get there soon, right? Like, I think he's about to crack it in the next minute. Then we're talking attack speed buff. Then we're talking Imperial. And Core has, he's kind of got no way of getting up there. He's kind of, running out of gold quickly. Yep, no, he's out of gold. So Core needs 600 gold more. Unlikely to ever get it. Knights are going to be chased away, but you're just on passive income now. Good thing you got 4 relics. You'll eventually get there, bud. I feel bad for... I actually feel bad for Core. At what point has Beastie just griefed him with this custom game? I could see someone with, like, very bad eyesight and a 12-inch monitor not being able to see these knights. I'm not sure what Core's financial situation is, but that might be it. Ah, yes, the Great Wall of Beastie. A famous landmark in history. One that kept the Mongol hordes at bay. And will do so again. As he continues to just create nice little branches of it. Wants to teach Core what castles are. It's almost like he's just mocking the Mongols for not having an ability to build castles at this stage. Like, you have to come over here to look at this marvelous structure in the center that you can never have. Ah, speaking of more marvelous structures, Beastie in with the Berkshire Palace. Oh, sorry, the Woofy Palace. The Berkshire. I'm a Brit. I should probably say it properly, right? Just let me stick my pipe in. The Berkshire Palace is a remarkable structure that shall give him a lot of foothold in this southern side. And shall surely oust the Mongol beasts. Wait, that gets confusing. It's called Beastie. Oh, Knight's in again. So Core once again not gathering any gold. He does have surplus, but now food is a problem. Which tends to happen when half of your food eco villagers get assassinated. Well, really, what can you do? I mean, it seems unfair. In fairness, I don't think this game should really be counted. I mean, Core, he's playing with Castle Age technology. Beastie, he's playing with 24th century camouflage. Like, it doesn't really seem like it was fair for Core. And it's about to get a lot unfairer. As, while he'll try to raid in, Beastie's going to do the same, and he might get more value with less troops. Archers are backing up. Oh, Core! Has he found the moment here? I mean, that's a heavy commitment to get a trebuchet. He needs a lot more than this, but he's going to ride in. Beastie may have been caught with his trousers down because he just went for the tech up in Imperial himself. In the meantime, the Knights are already onto the eco line of Core, but Beastie, his is still padded. It hasn't been reached just yet. Lancer's moving in. That is a lot of Lombos, though. And in choke points as well. This works out to Beastie's advantage. You can't actually min-max your damage at the Lancer line. And you're being picked apart. He's preventing the district from going up, though. Beastie getting horsemen out. Oh, the desperation. He needs everything he can get. Knights arriving back in base to try and assist as well. The Lombos are somewhat holding. The Lancer count decreasing quickly. Core down to 37 Lancers. A lot of them heavily injured, but a lot of Lombos fallen. Looks like he's going to back off for the moment. Shifts away. Meanwhile, Lancers finally did get cleaned up, but Core now down to 62 economy and Beastie untouched. Core has had enough of this. He went in. He couldn't see the villagers anywhere. He assumed they were once again just camouflaged, and he'll call it GG. Oh, this is what we all came for, right? I love how many people are just in chat to address Core's micro. I don't know. Oh, what's going on my OBS? It just, like, deleted the chat for a second there. So let's bring that back. There we go. You guys can actively go about flaming. Yes, we did have quite a lot of people assessing Core's gameplay and BC trying to bait us all into something we knew was not going to be true. Now I understand why Core wanted me to look at his Mongol mirror against BC and not so much that match. But I'm glad we did. I really feel like we got delivered something special there. The hydrates are gone? The hydrates are never gone. I'm always chugging. Man. Thank you, BC and Core, for that wonderful game. Showing us exactly why custom colors are needed, as whenever that patch does arrive, it will surely be an indirect nerf to Core.